In this video, I'll be talking about the most recent real estate housing market statistics for Avery Ranch and zip code 78717 from April 2023, forward-looking metrics to see where the market's heading, talk about if real estate prices have bottomed out, and why your property taxes are going up even though the market value of your home has gone down, and why someone would want to move in this market anyway. Make sure to leave a comment to let me know what you think is going to happen and any questions you have about Avery Ranch and 78717 real estate. I'm Eric Peterson, broker and owner of Kopa Real Estate. And before I get started, if you have any plans to move, you'll want to attend one of our home selling seminars, either June 1st at 5:30 at Moonshine Grill or online on Zoom. Go to copaseminar.com to register. In Avery Ranch and 78717 on May 1st, there were 33 active homes on the market and 36 homes under contract. 19 homes sold in the month of April at an average dollars per square foot of $239.53. And the average sales price in April was $615,866, and the median sales price was $585,000. Now let's take a look at some charts to see if we can tell where the market's going for the rest of the year. So looking at the real estate statistics, those are always backwards looking. It's like driving, looking in your rearview mirror. When we want to know where the market's going, we want to look at some of these more forward-looking metrics. And the three that I look at are number of active listings, median days on the market, as well as the number of homes that have had price reductions. So let's take a look at the 7-day average of active listings. And here's where we were last year, right? Right after Easter, we saw those active listings skyrocket. It wasn't so much that tons of homes came on the market. It was just the buyer demand totally fell off the cliff. And so we've come back here at the beginning of the year. We typically see a bottoming out of the market and then increasing. So going up slightly is not unusual, but even where we are, we're at about 30 homes that are active on the market. It's essentially about the same as we were 4 years ago, much lower than we were 5 years ago. So in comparison to last year, 2021, we might be a little bit higher elevated right now, but I would say in this zip code and in Avery Ranch, it's very hard to find some of those great homes, and those great homes are selling very quickly. So let's now take a look at the median days on the market. And again, you can see here last year really increased, right? And then they're just dropping down right here and essentially finding a stabilizing area where it's really a good sign for the market right now. If we start to see homes that are staying on the market for a longer period of time, that won't be good for the market. But for right now, homes are still selling very fast. I know a lot of people are waiting to put their home on the market until things have stabilized, but appears to be what's happening right now. And then the third one that I look at is properties with price decreases. So again, looking at this, last year we saw a huge number of increases, and then so far this year decreasing. Ticking up a little bit right now. This is not a huge zip code though, so some of the other areas that we look at, things are a little bit more flat. I wouldn't look at this as being alarming right now. In fact, there's been some homes that were put on the market at very high prices that had no chance of selling for that amount. And so it's not all that surprising, but really if you look at this, we're not significantly higher than 4 or 5 years ago, last times we had a more normal market, right? So these are all, right now, good signs for the market going into the rest of the year, but we'll have to wait and see. We're monitoring these things every week. If you want to get a copy of all of this emailed to you on a weekly basis, just reach out to us and give us your zip code and email address, and we'll add you to the list. About this time last year, we saw interest rates increase at a rate never been seen before, along with a dramatic increase in the number of homes on the market. As a result, buyer demand dropped off the cliff, which caused prices to fall around here almost as much as anywhere in the country. Of course, our prices had also gone up so much we had farther to fall. Many buyers, especially those influenced by social media predictions, held off buying, thinking they could wait for prices to crash like in 2008. Instead of seeing a 2008 crash, this spring has seen a resurgence in buyer demand. It appears buyers have gotten used to interest rates in the 6% range and have realized we aren't going back to 3% rates anytime soon, and likely not forever. In addition, we've not seen a spike in new listings like we did in the weeks after Easter last year. 4 of the last 6 homes we listed had more than one offer. Now, that doesn't mean the market's returning to the 2021 craziness. I don't expect that we will see that again. Even when we have multiple offers today, the homes are not selling for $200,000 over asking price. But it does mean, at least for now, real estate prices have bottomed out. We won't really know until later in the year if this is just normal spring seasonal increase in buyer demand or the new normal market, because it's still entirely possible for worse economic data to come out later in the year. For example, Austin has been one of the largest cities hit by tech layoffs. Until last week, I didn't have anyone contact me to sell their home due to losing their job and having to relocate. In the last week, I've had two families contact me in that situation. And it could be coincidence or something we look back on in 6 months of a sign of more to come. The Austin Board of Realtors just hired a full-time economist. In a recent interview with KXAN, Claire Losey said that when asked the direction of the market is heading, we're going to see probably continue to see a little bit of a decline or maybe some flatlining. The effects will be mitigated by that stronger job growth, which tends to translate into higher demand for housing. Only time will tell. But what do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment and let me know. Market value down, but the tax value up. What's going on? So if you've looked at your 2023 property tax assessment, you may notice something strange that's been confusing many people. Real life property values are down compared to last year. But for many people, the assessed value of your home has actually gone up. So how is that possible? Well, for many homeowners with a homestead exemption, the maximum your assessed value could go up in a year is 10%. What that means is after the run-up in prices over the last few years, many homes are assessed at significantly under the true market value of the home. And this is just a hypothetical situation, but somebody may have a home that was worth $800,000 last year with an assessed value of only $600,000. In 2023, the market value might be $700,000, but now the assessed value is $660,000 after the 10% increase. So in that situation, the market value dropped $100,000 and the assessed value increased $60,000. Even worse, a homeowner in this scenario can expect that the assessed value go up again in 2024. So there may be some good news for property taxes. In the Texas legislature, there are two competing proposals for tax relief for homestead properties. One increases the homestead exemption amount, and the other reduces the cap from 10% to 5%. We'll have to wait and see if either gets adopted for this year. And finally, who's buying and selling right now? At our last home selling seminar, someone asked me this question. She didn't think anybody would want to move with higher interest rates. But my answer was people want to live a better life sooner than later. And there's no real expectation that prices are going to go back to 2021. So we have clients that are moving for all kinds of reasons. They realize we aren't going back to that. It's not going to be like a light switch. And at the same time, all of us only get so many more turns around the sun. So if you've been waiting for the market to stabilize, now is the time. Sign up for one of our home selling seminars or contact me directly at 512-791-7473 to strategize about your situation. Thanks for watching, and we appreciate all your comments and support.